I interviewed the Wellbeing lead for one of the UK's largest tech firms to find out how they're supporting their staff. And this Wellbeing lead gave me insights into the methods they're using to empower their people. Now, there was a lot to take in, but I've broken this interview down into 4 key stages that can help any company support their most valuable asset, their people. But first, let me introduce you to this Wellbeing lead.
My role is the UK Wellbeing lead at Fujitsu, which is an IT company, a global IT company, and my role is to support the well-being of around 6,500 people in our UK organisation.
As you can see, Amanda has a huge responsibility within her organisation, and she's shared some huge gems that you can all take advantage of. But the first part explains why her company take pride in supporting their employees.
I think there's a few reasons really. I think supporting wellbeing is really important because it means that we can attract and retain the best talent. So it makes business sense to actually keep wellbeing and put wellbeing at the top of the agenda. But I think also more than that, it's because it's the right thing to do. And I think as an organisation, we genuinely care about our people. So it means that we want to support the wellbeing of all of our people. So when organisations might be finding things harder, as you say, wellbeing can kind of drop down the agenda, but actually that doesn't make sense because your people are your most valuable asset. If you're looking after your people, they're going to be more productive, they're going to be achieving more, and then that's going to ultimately support the success of your organisation.
Your people are your most valuable asset. Just let that sink in. Companies who do not support their employees will have to learn the hard way. But let's hear what Amanda had to say about how they collect information that helps them support their people.
We are quite data driven at Fujitsu, so we've actually put together something called a wellbeing dashboard, and that consists of data from all different areas, such as we look at things like absence data, attrition data, data from our employee assistance program, data from our engagement survey, and we bring all of that together. And then that really helps to shape our wellbeing strategy. So we will look at, for example, what's the reason for the highest absence levels, for example, or the longest lengths of absence, and what's our EAP data telling us? Why are people calling the employee assistance program? And we'll look at all of that, and it helps to really shape our strategy because we can then focus on the things that we need to focus on rather than, sometimes you can come up with all of these lovely wellbeing ideas and there's so much that you can implement as an organisation, but actually you really want to be focusing on the things that are going to make a difference. So having a data-led approach is really important.
Now, collecting data is a great way to work out strategies that support staff, but not all of these strategies work. So I asked Amanda to share some of the successful strategies she's been able to implement in her workplace.
We've implemented a wellbeing community of wellbeing champions, which has been fantastic because that's a group of volunteers, really passionate people who really want to support wellbeing, and it's a group of people that have come together and they come up with some fantastic ideas and help to drive things throughout the organisation. So having the wellbeing community in place has been a great foundation. And then we've done things like some sort of on-site initiatives. So we've done things like on-site health checks for people, on-site chair massages for people. We've done things such as webinars on all sorts of different topics, mental wellbeing topics, all sorts of really interesting things where people can learn and take sort of practical takeaways from them. This year we've implemented an app for employees to support both physical and mental well-being, so it tracks steps and people get rewarded for creating healthy habit, and that's been really successful. We've had really great engagement with that. And then we've also done some things to support men and women's health in particular. So for example, some of our employees have set up a Men Talk group, which is a group where men meet on a monthly basis to talk about different topics. And we've also done a lot in terms of women's health, specifically in relation to menopause, so menopause awareness and providing support to employees as well. So yeah, we've done a variety of different things because I think with wellbeing it's not a one size fits all. I don't think you can have sort of just a number of initiatives, and I think depending on where people are in their lives and their needs, I think, depends on, what people want in terms of wellbeing. So, for example, a younger employee who has just joined might want very different things to somebody who's nearing retirement, for example. So it's important to have different support available for different people.
When supporting staff, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. And Amanda shared some great initiatives. But what about companies who don't have a budget and can't factor in things like chair massage or wellbeing workshops? What cost-efficient things can they do? Here's what Amanda had to say.
A lot of what we do at Fujitsu is employee-led. So we have a wellbeing community, and we also have other communities such as our Pride community, our Women's Business Network. And the great thing is, when all of the communities come together and work together, they can achieve really amazing things. So we will find that a lot of the webinars we run on wellbeing topics are internal webinars. So we're not necessarily paying lots of money for guest speakers or external people to run sessions for us. We'll run sessions internally. So on mental well-being topics, for example, we'll have people share their personal stories of how they've experienced different challenges, or the different things that different people have been through, and we find that always gets a really, really positive response, and people can relate to their colleagues sharing these things, and it just helps to create that really open environment. And these things don't cost any money, so if you've got passionate people who want to get involved and share and help colleagues, that's amazing. There's so much that you can do.
Just quickly, if you found this video useful so far, do me a favor, press the like button. And if you'd like free resources to help support the employees within your workplace, there's a link in the description box to join the free mailing list. Check it out.
When we went out to set up our wellbeing community and ask for volunteers, we were inundated. So many people wanted to get involved, and we often find that if we want to run a session on a particular topic and we'll go out and ask for volunteers, more often than not we'll get people that are really willing to help out, and it's just fantastic. I think it really shows that wellbeing is important to everybody. So getting those volunteers is great, and it means that you don't need a huge wellbeing team or wellbeing function, because a lot of what you do, if it's employee led, it can actually have a bigger impact as well.
Now, Amanda has shared just a few methods her company are using to support staff, but her workplace isn't the only company supporting their employees. Timpson have some of the most loyal and happy employees. To see the secret methods this CEO uses to support his staff, you need to watch this video here.